Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. We are just going to get started. You want this one? Yeah. Willow's having a healthy smoothie just before we start. Where you going with that? So, it is Monday and hope that you had a good weekend. I'm just after changing the world's dirtiest nappy, isn't that right? But it's all good. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Oh, there we go. So, we are on to the next part of our story. Where are we? Here we go. There we go. Isn't that good? And you are going to sit down there. Yeah? Oh my goodness, okay. And there's, Willow, showing you what she definitely didn't have for breakfast this morning. And some hand soap. Oh, where are you going, Lila? What are you doing? And Lila is wrecking the shop. So, we are going to have the next part of our story, which is brought to you by the Storybook Bible. There's our good friend. Oh, right, okay. Normal service will be resumed in just a moment after I accomplish daddy duty, number 703 for this morning. There we go. There we go. I'm sure that was riveting viewing for you all. So, there we go. Now, Lila, where are we going today? We will maybe sit here. There we go. Now you leave that alone, okay? Because we need to tell a story today. Yeah? So this story, remember? We looked at Moses and the Red Sea and how God made a way on Friday. And so, yeah?
Did it turn it back?
Did it turn it back?
Did he turn it back to the normal sea?
Yeah, sure. Remember the Pharaoh and his army were in the sea and then it all came back. But now Moses was going to receive the 10 Commandments. That is one of Lila's myriad of toys that you can hear there, so hopefully that's okay.
Daddy?
Yeah?
I want for that story too.
Yeah, of course you do. And we're going to tell it, okay? And this is 10 ways to be perfect. So there they all were. Grannies and granddads and babies and uncles and aunts and children and mums and dads. Out there in the middle of the desert. They had blisters from all the walking, and they were hungry and they were thirsty, and they were much, much too hot. We don't like it, they said. It stinks. And you know what? So did they, for that matter, because nobody had taken a bath in weeks. I remember, because this is something that they'd forgotten. God had done amazing things for his people. He'd hidden them inside a cloud. He'd moved the sea. He had set them free. But God's people still weren't happy. Where are you going with that? Where are you going with that? That's her. We have to tell that story. But God's people, they still weren't happy. He had set them free. They didn't care about being free, though. Wasn't it better when they were slaves? At least they had lots of nice food to eat. God doesn't want us to be happy, they said. It was the same lie that Adam and Eve had heard all those years before. God brought us out here to kill us. God doesn't love us at all. But they didn't know God very well, did they?
No.
Every day of their journey, God kept on showing his love for his people. And he showed how well that he would look after them. If only they would trust him. If only they would obey him. And when they were hungry, God made the sky rain with food. It was bread coming down from heaven. What is it? They asked each other. They didn't know. So they called it, what is it? Which is a very good name for something when you don't know what it's called. You just call it, what is it? In fact, Daddy does that sometimes too, doesn't he? When he says, give me that, what's it? Give me that thingy-majig. And we don't know what it's called. That's what they called their bread. What is it? And when they were thirsty and they started fighting and quarreling, God made water flow from a rock. And Moses called that place quarreling, because that seemed like a good name too. Quarreling's just like fighting and bickering. And still, God's children didn't trust him or do what he said. They thought that they could do a better job of looking after themselves, of making themselves happy. Do you think that was a good idea or not? No. God knew there was no such thing as happiness without him. So God led them to a tall mountain. Thank you. God wanted to talk to his people and show them what he was like. He wanted to help them know him better and tell them all about the special land that he was going to give them. The whole earth belongs to me, God said. But I have chosen you. You're my special family. A special family. And I want you to live in a way that shows everyone else exactly what I'm like, so that they can know me as well. So God called Moses up the mountain, and a great mountain shook. The thick cloud fell, and thunder roared, and lightning crackled, and God gave Moses 10 rules, and he called them 10 commandments. I want you to love me more than anything else in the world. And I want you to know that I love you too, God said. That's the most important thing of all. Yeah? Yes, in a minute. And God gave them other rules. Yeah, at the end. God gave them other rules. Like, don't make yourselves pretend gods. Don't kill people. Don't steal. Don't lie. The rules, they showed God's people how to live and how to be close to him and how to be happy. They showed how life worked best. God promises to always look after you, Moses said. Will you love him and keep these rules? We can do it. Yes, we promise. Absolutely. But you know what? They were wrong. They couldn't do it. No matter how hard they tried, they could never keep all of God's rules all the time. And God knew they couldn't. And he wanted them to know it too. In fact, only one person could keep all the rules. And many years later, God would send him to stand in their place and to be perfect for them, because they couldn't be perfect on their own. Because the rules couldn't save them. The commandments couldn't save them. Being good couldn't save them. Only God could save them. And so it's good to live by the 10 commandments, but they're not what saves us. What saves us isn't the rules, it's a person. And what person's that, Willow? It's Jesus, isn't it? As you were telling me earlier. But who's that? Oh, there's Mummy watching. She's watching from work. She's at work today. And so we are in day, who knows what day it is. I have no day or month, or I've no conception of time now. One just leads into the other. But that's our story for today about the 10 Commandments. And Willow has, what are they? Don't know. We don't know. Where did you get these from? What is that? Has it got a name? What are they? Oh, they're the thingy-majigs I was talking about earlier, aren't they? And the whatchamacallits and the doodads and the... So the bread was called manna. That's what it was called. And the next thing. So Willow, what are we going to do today? I don't know.
These are twinsies.
They're twinsies. So anyway, that was our story. Tomorrow's story is called The Warrior Leader. And it's about a man called Joshua. Now you know Joshua, don't you? Yeah, but it's not him. Well, it's a different Joshua. But,
No!
we'll see you tomorrow. This
is twinsies.
Yeah, they're twinsies. Send help to Hillview Gardens. Send food.
Bye.